You've heard pieces of this story before, a sliver in a midnight podcast, a classified file blurred on a screen, a dream that didn't feel like yours, but the full shape of it, that's been buried until now. The story begins not with humans, but with them, the first inhabitants of Earth. Not aliens in the way Hollywood paints them, not angels or demons either. Something else, something aquatic but aware. Imagine a being that never needed to leave the ocean to build a civilization. Their cities weren't forged with metal, but with resonance, sound waves that sculpted coral and bioluminescent crystal. They weren't bound by gravity. They moved through water like thought itself. They were called the Aqueans, not by us, but by the dolphins. Because yes, dolphins were never just animals. They're not pets, they're watchers, sentinels left behind by the Aqueans when they sensed a change coming. Because they knew we were coming. The dolphins never stopped watching. They remember everything. And somewhere deep in their clicks and pulses, they've been broadcasting a warning, not to us, not anymore, to the Aqueans, and they're waking up. See, humanity wasn't born here. That's not a metaphor. Somewhere in the dark between galaxies, another species seeded our DNA into the primordial soup of this planet. Not to create life, but to create tools. We were supposed to be part of something bigger, until we strayed. The Aqueans saw what we were becoming, curious, fearful, aggressive, and worse, they saw who was guiding us, the reptilians, not the ones in tabloid stories. These weren't lizard men in suits. These were masters of manipulation, shapeshifters not of flesh, but of perception. They didn't disguise themselves with holograms, they disguised our thoughts. The war wasn't fought with lasers or tanks. It was psychological, cultural. They introduced money, power, fear, division, and we, the humans, became pawns. As the reptilians began influencing our trajectory, they discovered the Aqueans. They found the mermaids, those elusive beings of the deep. They found the cities in the trenches that light up when no sonar returns. These cities, hidden from the world above, were a marvel of bioluminescence and mystery, and they feared them. Why? Because the Aqueans knew how to speak to the planet itself. They communicated in ways that transcended human understanding, using signals and bioluminescence. The Earth wasn't just a rock to them, it was a being, a conscious organism teeming with life and energy. And the Aqueans were its voice. They were the guardians, the interpreters of the ocean's secrets, and the protectors. Waking up. There's a theory that the reptilians don't eat mermaids for pleasure or sustenance. They consume them for memory. Aquean flesh, when metabolized by their kind, gives access to ancient knowledge, planetary codes, blueprints for manipulating the very fabric of Earth. But the supply is dwindling. And here's where you come in. There are rumors, documents if you can find them, that a child born between a human mother and a dolphin-communicated consciousness is alive. That this child hears frequencies we can't. That they're the key to bridging the species once more, a peace child or a weapon. So I ask you, when you look out at the ocean at night and you see the bioluminescence shimmer just a little too perfectly, what do you think you're seeing? Light or a message? And if the war beneath the waves breaks into the surface, whose side will you be on? The Aqueans' technology was not just advanced, it was incomprehensible to us. They harnessed the power of the ocean's currents, the magnetic fields, and even the bioluminescence of deep-sea creatures to create energy sources and communication networks that spanned the globe. Their knowledge of the Earth's natural systems was unparalleled, and they used it to maintain a delicate balance that we are only beginning to understand. The reptilians, on the other hand, were masters of deception and control. These enigmatic beings have long been rumored to possess abilities far beyond human comprehension, allowing them to manipulate reality itself. They infiltrated human societies, manipulating leaders and shaping the course of history to suit their own ends. From ancient civilizations to modern governments, their presence has been a constant, albeit hidden, force. Their influence can be seen in the rise and fall of empires, the spread of religions, and the creation of secret societies. These clandestine groups have often been the reptilians' tools for maintaining control, and the development of technologies that have brought us to the brink of self-destruction. Advanced technologies, some believe, were introduced by the reptilians to keep humanity in a state of dependency and fear. But their ultimate goal remains shrouded in mystery. What do they truly seek? Power, knowledge, or something far more sinister? The answers lie hidden in the depths of our history and the shadows of our world. As the conflict between leave behind, and whether we will be remembered as the generation that rose to the occasion or the one that faltered in the face of adversity.